Hey everyone, this is Mercy. Today we'll be looking at the life of Jacob. We'll be looking at the book of Genesis, chapter 27, chapter 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 47, 48, 49, and chapter 50. First, let's start with the meaning of Jacob. Jacob means to follow. Jacob means to follow. But according to the Bible says it means heal. Jacob was the son of Isaac and Rebekah, the grandson of Abraham and Sarah, the father of 13 children, 12 sons and 1 daughter, who is called Dinah, the first girl to be raped in the Bible, that led to the killing of all the people in Shechem. Jacob was the twin brother of Esau. He got married to Leah and Rachel, daughters of his uncle Laban. That means his uncle Laban was his father-in-law. He also had 2 concubines, Bilhah and Zilpah. These were the maids of his 2 wives. Now these are the names of Jacob's sons. His first son Reuben, followed by Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Just as if I'm taking the children, I will sing this particular song for them. The 12 sons of Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. So these are the 12 sons of Jacob. And don't forget, he has a daughter called Dinah. These 12 sons of Jacob are also known as the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob stole the blessings that was meant for his brother Esau and his position as first son. Though, with the help of his mother, he ran to Laban's house in Haran. As he left Beersheba to Haran, there he had a dream, and the next morning he named the place Bethel, for he dedicated the stone he used as pillow to God after pouring olive oil on it as a memorial. Jacob got married to Laban's daughter, though he planned marrying Laban's second daughter, and Laban told him that if he worked for him for 7 years, he would give his daughter Rachel to him as wife. Jacob worked for Laban for 7 years, but that fateful night, Laban took Leah to Jacob and he had intercourse with her. The next morning, he discovered it wasn't Rachel but Leah. He wasn't happy because he was in love with Rachel. According to the Bible, Rachel was very beautiful and had good shape, body shape. But Leah has beautiful eyes. But Jacob was in love with Rachel. So he still needed and wanted Rachel as his wife. And Laban told him that if he can work for him for another 7 years, he will give his daughter Rachel to him as second wife, which Jacob agreed and worked for Laban for another 7 years, making 14 years just to get married to his 2 daughters. So he served Laban for 14 years. Then he also worked for Laban for 6 years, taking care of the flocks, making Jacob serve Laban for 20 good years. So after the marriage of Jacob to Laban's daughters, his first son second son, third son, and fourth son came from his first wife, Leah, while his fifth and sixth son came from Rachel's maid. His seventh and eighth son came from Leah's maid. Then his ninth and tenth son came from his wife, Leah, again. And then she got pregnant and gave birth to a daughter before God finally opened the womb of Rachel. Rachel got pregnant and gave birth to Joseph. Then finally her last son, which she died after delivery. So Laban later settled Jacob and freed him. But Jacob served him for 20 years, like I said earlier. So he left Laban's house as a wealthy man. Though Laban settled him and God blessed him with what Laban settled him with. Despite what it was, but God still blessed him. Now Jacob finally prepared to meet his brother Esau. He made several arrangements just to meet Esau. That fateful night, he wrestled with a man until it was before daybreak. And the man said to him, I quote, "Your name will no longer be Jacob. You have struggled with God and with men, and you have won. So, your name will be called Israel." Jacob named the place Peniel, saying, "I have seen God face to face." Jacob saw Esau coming from afar. He was scared, but when Esau saw him, he ran to him, hugged him, kissed him, and they both started crying. Note, Jacob bowed down to Esau 7 times. After their meeting, Esau left for Edom, while Jacob went to Succoth. He later arrived at Shechem in the land of Canaan. There, his only daughter was raped, and this aroused the anger of Simeon and Levi, and this led to the destruction of the people of Shechem. Jacob blessed the 2 sons of Joseph before he died, and when he was blessing them, he put his right hand on the head of Ephraim, the younger son of Joseph, and his left hand on the head of Manasseh, the senior son. Joseph tried to correct it, but Jacob said, and I quote, "I know, my son, Manasseh's descendants will be great, but his younger brother will be greater than him, and his descendants a great nation." Jacob died at the age of 147 years and was buried in Canaan in a cave on a field in Ephraim, which Abraham, his grandfather, bought for a burial ground. After he died, they embalmed his body for 40 days. According to the Bible, 40 days is the normal days for embalmment. And the Egyptians mourned for Jacob for 70 days. So, the only thing I would like you to understand from the life of Jacob is this: just as the saying goes, whatsoever a man sows, that he shall surely reap. Jacob cheated his brother Esau, and at the end, he also was cheated by his father-in-law, Laban. He also got cheated. So whatever you sow, that you will surely reap. Thank you for listening to the life of Jacob. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also like and follow my Facebook page, M Channel. I love you all. Remain blessed. Bye bye.